Welcome back, folks. It's official. Donald Trump is in, along with Bush, Perry, and Graham. Trump launches a blazing campaign, blistering all the politicians of America and saying that he's the only person that can bring us back from the brink. Also, Bernie Sanders makes his move on Queen Hillary, and there are also peeps of Bloomberg and de Blasio possibly entering. Let's cover that first.
And O'Malley.
O'Malley's in. He's a nobody.
True.
Bloomberg and de Blasio. You think they're just making waves?
Yeah.
They're not getting in.
No.
Bernie Sanders is actually making some traction. He's getting bigger crowds than Hillary is. That's a little bit scary to me.
Yeah, he's a socialist.
A vowed socialist.
Yes, and he doesn't hide it. I mean,
she's an in-the-closet socialist, and he's an out-front socialist.
Yeah, he believes that socialism is the best method of governing this country.
Oh, we have to bring up Lincoln Chafee, too, who wants us. His big political move is to put us on the metric system.
I know.
That's his platform.
I believe that Hillary will be the nominee of the Democratic Party. I've never seen such a lack of talent or lack of people wanting to get up there and challenge her in her own party.
Who do they have?
They don't have anybody.
Their bench is zero.
That's my point. These names that you pointed out are just a plaything, just to say there are some names that could be in there. She's got the nomination of the Democratic Party.
Now, on the other side, there's about 12 guys, and there's things I like
counting.
about all of them. Walker's going to get in. Jindal's going to get in.
Yep.
Kasich, who I think is wasting his time, but he's going to get in too. But the Donald makes a very compelling story. Donald Trump is a billionaire, and he earned it. He didn't steal it.
$9.5 billion.
And he can compete with China, and he can compete with these other countries, and he can create jobs. And he came out and said, I'm going to build a wall, the best wall you could possibly make, and I'm going to do it cheap. I'm going to make Mexico pay for it. Now, that's like throwing red meat to the lions for a lot of people. It may be a little bit over the top, but America's looking for somebody that's not apologetic.
Well, the reason that he's doing that, I think he deep in his heart knows that chances of him winning are pretty low. That this is not another Ross Perot situation of 1992. This is a guy that is just going to tell it the way it is. He's apolitical. He has not a political bone in his body. He's telling people what's wrong with this country. It's like we're talking here on this show. We're not running for anything, so we're honest in our expressions, which some people may not like. He's taken that on an international basis.
And I think if nothing less, he's going to force some of the action in the Republican primaries, in the debates, in the talking points, because the other guys are going to have to stay up with him or they're going to fall behind.
I think you just made the most important statement as far as our coming election. You're absolutely right. We've got a guy there, an archetype of reality, and who is not afraid of what the consequences are. He says this is what's wrong with this country. He's respected enough by people. He's on Fox anytime he wants to be, which is the best TV tribunal in this country. So consequently, he will continue to put pressure on the Republican Party. And if he doesn't like somebody that they're going to nominate, he'll come out and say, Jeb Bush is a nice man, okay? But he is saying he's another guy who's going to depend on lobbyists, special interests, and same old, same old. There's nothing different about him.
And he's a panderer, you know? The thing that gets me is that everybody panders to these splinter groups that make up less than 10% of the population.
No. But I'm making the big picture. The big picture is we've got a truth squad now. Donald Trump is a one-man truth squad, and he's got a basic platform from which to tell you what's wrong. And we're 18 guys running for election. I'm so happy about it because the Republicans killed themselves with this idea of knocking off each other before they had a chance to meet the nominee of the Democratic Party.
It's going to be really interesting. I'm really glad that he jumped in. This
big
the best injection I could think of for this for the GOP. We need to take a short break, but don't go anywhere. Our moment in history is next. Who was the unsung hero who helped win World War II? And also, our question of the day from Liverpool.